Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this afternoon's tasting.
It's a beautiful week. It's quite interesting because it went from like a heavy rainpour during voting to this just quiet, serene day today.
Pretty hot, but anyway, something else that's pretty hot on this table, besides you, of course, is this little number from the Rupert and Rothschild table, which is the Classique 2018.
I think it's the perfect timing for it as well, because we're going into the Christmas season.
Sure.
People want a standout wine on the table, but they don't necessarily want to spend 400-500 rand, but they want to know that it's going to deliver. And it is an elegant bottle. The brand
Speaks for itself.
has paved its own legacy. So, I think it's the best timing. But we said today, because last month we had the Baroness Nadine, the Chardonnay, and now, we've got another one, the third one to join the trio, to complete the trio. But we decided deliberately that when we discuss this wine today, that we're not going to use any wine jargon or oaking or whatever.
No.
So I think we need to tell people with Christmas for South Africans is smack in the middle of a scorching summer. But South Africans will always drink their red wine, they will always have their heavier dishes. But I think there's something to say about this wine for this part of the season. And I think you as a som can maybe talk us through the temperature of a red wine like this.
Sure, I mean the temperature of any red wine for that matter, when you're having a 35-36 degrees day, surely you do not want to drink your red wine at 18 degrees Celsius. So I always say it's nothing wrong with dropping the temperature by 1 or 2 degrees, and you'll be amazed how much 1 or 2 degrees difference it makes. Stay away from putting any ice cubes in your glass of wine. I always say it's like putting a tow bar on a Rolls Royce. It just doesn't work. Alternatively, just put it in an ice bucket, but without ice. I just put normal water in an ice bucket and put the bottle in normal water. That will drop the temperature very, very, very slowly.
Oh, really?
It doesn't give you that shock of 18 degrees to minus whatever it is. So take an ice bucket in a restaurant or at home for that matter, put normal cold tap water, and you put your bottle in there for 10 minutes, and it just drops it at 1.5 degrees Celsius.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Anyway, right, so this is a blend. This is a Merlot dominated blend. Right,
Yeah.
generally we talk about a Cabernet dominated blend. This is Merlot with some Cabernet and some Cabernet Franc. There's a dash of Cabernet Franc.
Yeah, the Cabernet Franc and the Petit Verdot is the minority of the blend. I think together maybe 10% or so, but it definitely contributes to color. And they say like Petit Verdot is like always the bridesmaids, never the bride. You do get the single cultivars Petit Verdot, but just that little dash of Petit Verdot always, brings a lot of intensity to a wine.
Sure. So let's talk this wine through. And Sam has already warned me, no wine jargon, and I must leave oak out of the equation. But on the nose, you've got that black cherry. You've almost got that black forest cake with those very fresh black cherries on the inside. You've got that silky smooth chocolate, the baking chocolate. I'm also picking up loads of cassis coming through, but again, not that intense, concentrated cassis, a very delicate cassis. You tasted it already?
Yeah. Well, this temperature is a very good example of what you can do for Christmas time. And this temperature it elevates the very perfumey notes because it's a bit cooler. And absolutely, as you say, all this like punchy dark fruit coming in, a bit of a spicy note to it, but definitely a beautiful flower, blue, violet perfume. And if I think of it at this temperature, you can have your traditional tongue and mustard. I mean, the wine's got a vibrant, fresh acidity that will cut through, more pungent flavors like mustard. But then if you have a bowl of your grandmother's trifle, it will also elevate.
That could be interesting. Yeah,
think of it. That cherries that was soaked in brandy as well. It's got that same kind of affinity. I think it will have with it, and this is what makes this wine, I think, an elegant partner on the table for Christmas.
So extended lease contact, it's gone through malolactic in stainless steel tanks. The vines, if I'm not mistaken, are between 12 and 23 year old, so it's very well established vines. It's a medium-bodied wine, again, to my opinion. It's got beautiful fruit. It's got its salinity. It's got the oak integration is unbelievably well done, like all of their wines, of course. And then it tells you, I mean, it tells you a whole story, but in the same way that it comes, very elegantly, just goes away. And I find that's why you say, you know, ideal wine for a hot day. Just drop the temperature, middle of summer, nothing wrong with serving a red wine. You're 100% right. Like we said, this is a 2018 vintage, probably another from vintage, maybe 6-7 years aging potential. My question to you is, do you think that this wine is going to better with time, or do you think we've pretty much got the end result in the glass at the moment?
No, I definitely think this wine can go 5 years, but I think it's made to be accessible now. And when they put heads together, you know, when the brand was started, and you had the Rothschild and the Rupert family with their insight, they wanted to create something that's classic and that will, you know, don't grow old as time go. It's a classic go-to. So I think that's why I think it's such a beautiful wine over this period.
Agreed.
and get people to bring out classic dishes. What's your favorite? What's the dish that you grew up with? And it doesn't exclude this wine in any way, because if you, like, as you say, even though it's a Bordeaux blend, let's rather say it's a Cape inspired Bordeaux blend, because it's light, it's fresh, and my favorite part of this wine is that almost like a luminosity about it. That's from the aromas to the taste on your palate. It's just vibrant and delicious.
So much for not using wine jargon
Did
describing
I?
this wine. Anyways, so yeah, under 200 Rand. I mean, again, an estate that needs absolutely zero introduction. It's got a reputation of note. The Chardonnay was unbelievable. The Classique is exquisite, and the next one is going to be. But yeah, look forward to the next one. But for tonight, this is something we're going to certainly enjoy. And yeah, everybody out there, please, something that you can buy, and you can take this to friends that are wine masters. You can take this to friends that are starting to drink red wine.
Christmas gifts.
And they will enjoy. They will something that you will enjoy, and it's for all palates, most palates.
And you've prepared a gnocchi. We've got a mushroom gnocchi inspiration. Well, we got from their chef, and it shows you all the mushroom nuances. It just gave the food that extra lift. And yeah, you don't always need meat, right?
Sure, absolutely. Cheers once again. Congratulations,
We
Rupert
loved
Rothschild.
it.
Exquisite
Super.
wine, exquisite property, very well run property, and worth a visit without a doubt.
Absolutely. You're
Cheers.
to the season.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.